In the grand scheme of things, our existence is but a drop in the boiling pot of time, a brief spark, a flicker against the backdrop of eternity. And in this vast expanse of time, we find ourselves grappling with the reality of our mortality. We are born, we live, and then comes the inevitable. We die. But what happens next? What happens when the final curtain falls and we exit the stage of life? This is the boiling reality we all face. Our existence, no matter how impactful, is fleeting. Like a drop of water in a boiling pot, we sizzle, we steam, we evaporate. And then we are gone, forgotten by the world as it continues to spin, oblivious to our absence. We may leave a ripple, a temporary disturbance in the water, but soon enough, the surface smooths over, and all traces of our existence disappear. We spend our lives chasing dreams, building empires, carving out legacies. We yearn to be remembered, to leave our mark on the world. But how long does it last? How long before our names, our deeds, our stories are swallowed by the relentless march of time? How long before we are reduced to mere echoes, fading into the background noise of the universe? In the hustle and bustle of life, we are fleeting moments in the crowd. We are temporary constellations in the ever-shifting cosmos of humanity. And the harsh reality is, no matter how significant we may feel in life, eventually, the world moves on. We become whispers on the wind, traces of laughter in an empty room, footprints washed away by the tides of time. We are remembered, mourned, celebrated, but in the end, we are all reclaimed by the boiling pot of time. The world keeps turning, the pot keeps boiling, and we are but drops waiting to evaporate. So what are we to do in the face of this harsh reality? How do we make sense of our fleeting existence? Perhaps the answer lies not in the legacy we leave behind, but in the moments we share, the connections we make. The harsh reality is, no matter how significant we may feel in life, eventually, the world moves on. When you're gone, life just continues. It's like you were never there. A chilling sentiment, isn't it? Yet, it's a perspective shared by many when contemplating the inevitability of our own mortality. We reached out to individuals from various walks of life, from the young and vibrant to the seasoned and wise, and their views on the matter, while diverse, carry a common thread of realization. Take, for instance, a young artist we spoke to. She mused, "We're all just temporary residents in the grand gallery of existence. We create, we contribute, but eventually, our works blend into the vast collection that is humanity's shared history." An elderly gentleman, a retired teacher, shared a similar sentiment. "I've taught hundreds, maybe thousands of students," he said. "But as the years pass, I wonder how many will remember the lessons I tried to impart, or even remember me." A middle-aged mother of 3, juggling the demands of work and family, reflected, "We're all just trying to make our mark, aren't we? But when we're gone, the world keeps spinning, the sun keeps rising and setting. Our absence is just a brief pause in the symphony of life." A successful entrepreneur confessed, "I've built companies, created jobs, generated wealth, but I'm under no illusion that my name will be forgotten within a generation or two. It's a sobering thought." These perspectives, while somewhat bleak, aren't meant to discourage or depress. Rather, they serve as a reminder of the impermanence of our existence. They underscore the universal truth that our time here is fleeting, our impact often ephemeral. Yet it's this very transience that makes our lives so precious. It's the knowledge of our inevitable oblivion that lends urgency to our days, spurring us to live fully, to love deeply, and to make every moment count. People might mourn for a bit, but eventually, they forget. And maybe, just maybe, that's okay. After all, we're all just passing through, leaving temporary footprints on the sands of time. We spend our days chasing dreams, building relationships, leaving our mark, but in the end, how long does it last? The answer is humbling. Life, in all its complexity, is transient. We strive for success, for recognition, for a legacy that withstands the test of time. Yet time, like a relentless river, sweeps everything in its path. Our achievements, our triumphs, our moments of glory, all swept away by the current of time. Consider a bustling city, a melting pot of dreams and aspirations. Everyone is in a hurry, racing against time, striving to make their mark. But in the grand scheme of things, each of us is just a fleeting moment in the crowd. We are here today, gone tomorrow, and the world keeps spinning indifferent to our absence. Now, envision a solitary figure deep in contemplation. They ponder the meaning of life, the purpose of their existence. In their solitude, they realize the ephemeral nature of life. They understand that their achievements, their accolades, their wealth, all are fleeting. What remains constant is the ticking clock, the inevitable march towards oblivion. It's a sobering reality, isn't it? But it's not meant to dishearten. Instead, it serves as a reminder to focus not on the fleeting, but on the enduring. To invest not in material possessions that wither with time, but in relationships that enrich our souls. To understand that our worth is not defined by our achievements, but by the love we share, the lives we touch, the smiles we bring. In this relentless race of life, we often forget to pause, to breathe, to live. We're so caught up in the pursuit of success that we overlook the simple pleasures of life. A heartwarming smile, a sincere compliment, a shared moment of laughter. These are the moments that truly matter, the moments that make life worth living. The harsh truth is, no matter how significant we may feel in life, eventually, the world moves on. But that doesn't make our existence any less meaningful. It's not about leaving a legacy that withstands the test of time. It's about touching lives, making a difference, however small, in the time we have. In the hustle and bustle of life, we're just fleeting moments in the crowd. So, what's the point? Why bother at all if our legacy is destined to fade? That's the question we often find ourselves asking in moments of contemplation. It's a question as old as humanity itself, and it's one that doesn't come with an easy answer. But perhaps we've been looking at it all wrong. Maybe the true value of life isn't in the legacy we leave behind, but in the journey we undertake, in the laughter we share with friends, in the love we give and receive, in the moments of joy and sorrow that define our existence. Life is a tapestry of experiences woven together by the threads of time. Each thread represents a moment, a memory, a connection, and while these threads may eventually fade, the tapestry they form remains a testament to our journey. We are more than the sum of our achievements. We are the laughter that echoes in the halls of time, the love that warms the coldest of hearts, the kindness that lights up the darkest of days. We are the moments we share, the connections we make. Our time on this earth is fleeting, a mere blink in the cosmic scale of time. But in that blink, we have the power to touch lives, to make a difference, to create a ripple that echoes long after we're gone. So let's focus not on the legacy we leave behind, but on the life we lead. Let's strive not for immortality through fame or fortune, but for a life well lived. Let's measure our worth not in the accolades we receive, but in the love we give, in the lives we touch, in the moments we share. Because in the end, it's not about the mark we leave on the world, but the mark we leave on each other's hearts. It's not about the legacy we leave behind, but the love we leave in its wake. Perhaps the true meaning lies not in the legacy we leave behind, but in the moments we share, the connections we make. Let's take a closer look at the timelines of remembrance. It's a fascinating, if somewhat melancholy journey through the collective memory of humanity. For immediate family members and close friends, the memory of a loved one may linger for several years, even a lifetime. They carry these memories close to their hearts, a cherished remnant of a life once intertwined with their own. On the other hand, extended family members and distant friends might hold on to the memory for a shorter period, typically a few months to a couple of years. As for acquaintances and colleagues, their remembrance might last for a few weeks to a few months, a respectful nod to a life that briefly brushed against theirs. When we zoom out to the broader society, the memory of an individual may endure for varying lengths of time, depending on their impact and contributions. Public figures and those who made significant contributions may be remembered for years or even generations. Because in the end, maybe that's all that truly matters. The fleeting moments of laughter and joy, the quiet comfort of a shared silence, the warmth of a familiar hand. These are the threads that weave the fabric of our lives, the true measure of our existence. We may chase after grand legacies, monumental achievements, and eternal recognition, But the harsh truth is, those are not the things that endure. What endures are the connections we make, the lives we touch, the love we share. So let's not get lost in a quest for immortality or perpetual remembrance. Instead, let's focus on the here and now, on the people around us, on the relationships that enrich our lives. Let's make the most of each moment, each interaction, each day. Live fully, love deeply, and embrace the beauty of being alive. For in the end, it's not about how much you have, but how much you've shared.